The one and only Chuck Liddell's in the house. Chuck, how are you?
What's up, my man? How you doing?
Great. What a pleasure. What an honor it is to have you here. Thanks so much. So you're somewhere. You know, the guys who, there's a Rampage. I know I have you somewhere, but they may not have put you out today. I'm sorry.
Oh, man.
Don't you have one of these coming out?
Up. I got one coming out, yeah.
Is it out yet?
No, actually, they just started pre-selling today.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, it would have been nice to have one on the table.
Well, I don't have it.
Okay.
If I thought about it, I would have brought it.
It's okay. Just the fact that you're here. That's not bad, right?
Yeah.
Thanks for doing this. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, this is great. We have a lot to discuss, but first, why are you in New York?
Robin Hood Foundation charity event tonight. They're the largest poverty, combating poverty charity in New York.
Really? And you're affiliated with them?
Well, yeah, I'm coming out for the event. It's the biggest event of the year. So.
Okay. And what is it? Just like a black tie thing? They raise a lot of money, that sort of thing?
I was told it's not black tie.
Okay, maybe not black tie.
But it is that kind of thing. Yeah.
Okay, maybe V-neck.
Yeah, maybe. No, I'm gonna put a suit on tonight.
Is this a topic that is near and dear to your heart?
Well, I mean, it's a great cause.
Yeah.
It's not something that take lightly. They helping people out.
Yeah. Well, that's very cool of you, and cool of you to come in, because you didn't come, as much as I would like to think that you flew in to be on my show, the fact that you squeezed me in means a lot, so thank you. I don't know how much you heard of what we were talking about.
I was listening out there.
You were listening. Okay. Did you watch the fight on Saturday? I know you were.
Yes, I did watch the fight. Yeah.
I would love to get your thoughts.
I got Fight Pass, so I watched it on my phone.
Well done.
I watched it on my phone while I was out, actually.
I would love to get your thoughts on this. So I don't need to bring you up to speed. You saw what happened between the fourth and fifth. What did you make of what happened there and the coach's decision not to stop the fight?
I was really surprised. I mean, I like to give people a benefit of the doubt. They have a relationship. I don't know how their thing goes. And I'm the type of guy, I don't ever want you to stop my fight. Mm-hmm. But then again, John, if I came to the corner and I was in, like Nate's condition, I came to the corner and said, no, please don't, John, don't stop it. John would be like, it's over.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's just she's not, unless you're like she's not a slick submission person or like a super power puncher. I mean, she's already lost 4 rounds. She's not, the chance of her winning that. And then she's known for being tough.
Yes.
She is tough, and she all heart. And she asked to be out. I mean, it's not like there's something wrong. Obviously, there's something wrong. She turned around and, like you said, and said, please let me out and get me out of here. And he told her to go back and do it. And if your coach tells you to go back in, I know I'm not a type of, okay, my coach said I got to go. All right, screw it. I guess let's go.
Right.
And I would have gone back. So it's. I don't think it was the right decision, but I'm not them. I'm not in his shoes. But and sometimes it's at that moment, it's all those emotions and stuff. But it's you got to protect the fighter.
You said something that's very interesting. Too tough, right?
For their own good.
Yeah. You said something. You never wanted John to, call off the fight. But if you told John to call off the fight and he didn't, isn't that problematic?
Yeah.
Would you have been mad at him after? Why did you listen to me, John?
No, I wouldn't. You would have never heard me complain.
Right.
I mean, John. Me and John have been together for a long time, and if he thought it was a better idea for me to fight, I guess I wasn't thinking right. I'll go out there and fight some more. But it would never happen that way with John. I mean, John was more concerned about me than
if you told him I'm done, he's listening to you.
He know if I tell him if I complain about being hurt, he knows something's wrong.
Right.
If I call, he's like, what? Wait, do we need to get an ambulance? Why is Chuck complaining about being hurt?
Exactly.
So if I came to the corner and said, hey, John, I'm done, he'd be okay. What happened? He'd be
asking questions, right?
What happened to you? Why are you? Why are you done? What's going on? What happened?
Exactly. The fact that they just dismissed it and said, let's dig down deep and we'll cover later, to me feels very reckless.
Yeah, well,
because how hard is it for a fighter to say that? It's so hard, right?
Yeah,
to say I'm done.
I don't think I could, but yeah.
Never said that, right?
Yeah, never. No, and I don't think I'd ever want to. But I'm another one of those guys, maybe too dumb for my own good sometimes. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's tough. It's tough to watch. I mean, she was taking a beating. It's one of those fights. I've seen quite a few fights though over the time where I'm going, man, can someone get him out of there? I mean,
yes.
he's just taking too much beating. Just can his corner? Why doesn't his corner stop this? It's over. It's just he doesn't need to get hit 10 more times. Don't wait for the ref to stop it. Hey, he's done. Man, I jump in the ring. Get him off of him.
Right. Why do you think there's such this stigma attached to like quitting? Like, why? It's not a bad thing, right? Live to fight another day. Don't go through all that damage.
Now we're going to get into a different thing. I go through the damage. I mean, but that's not the way you got to fight. That's what the corner's for. That's what I'm making the decision.
Yes.
Outside of you can't. Your mentality, our mentality. If I'm deciding whether or not I'm going to quit or not in a fight, you're in the wrong place. You're in the wrong job, wrong business. I go out there. I'm fighting. You know, I'm doing everything I can to beat you, no matter what's going on, how much damage I'm taking, no matter what I'm doing. I'm still. If I can think to fight, if I can think to tap, I can think to get out of where I'm at. So I'm still going, right? Now, there's times when guys are still going through the motions and aren't all there. I mean, I've done it. I've had street fights back in the day where I dropped the guy, he got back up with his hands up, and I go to hit him again. I'm like, wait a minute. Oh, he's not even here. So he's all right. You know, so there are times when people are like that. You know, so you know and that's when I think like his corner should stop it. Like he's taking 10, 20 more shots when he's just not there, and he's just not even. He's trying to defend himself out of habit, but he's not even protecting. He doesn't even know what he's doing.
Have you ever been in a situation where you wanted to say I'm done, but you just couldn't bring yourself to saying those words, so you just kept going?
It's never crossed my mind.
Never crossed your mind.
It's never crossed my mind to say I'm done. I did to tap. I mean, here, don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with tapping. Chokes.
Yeah.
Like I think a choke. If I can think to tap, I can think to try to get out of it.
Really? So
as far as a choke goes,
you would advocate no tapping
to choking.
Really?
Armbar
different.
But there's
though.
neck cranks different. Yeah. Like some of those chokes are neck cranks too.
Yeah.
Arm bars.
Break your hooks. Yeah.
Anything submissions. Live to fight another day. You blow that elbow, you might never be the same.
Right.
You blow that knee, you got knee surgery. It's not. That's just not. It's part of the sport. You got caught. You made a mistake. Finish. It's over. Mm-hmm. But but that thing about thinking to quit, or it's okay to quit. It's not okay to quit. Never is. It's never okay for my guy to quit. But it is okay for me to stop the fight.
Right.
Hey, you're as a coach, I can stop at any time. I stopped it on a guy one time. He was standing there. He stood there for 2 rounds, banging with this guy, just taking a beating. Just a tough kid, getting destroyed. And I wrestled with the other guy like a couple weeks before. Uh-huh. If you take him down, you're going to submit him. Mm-hmm. If you don't he came to the corner. I said, you don't take a shot in the first 2 minutes of this round, a legit, honest shot, I'm going to throw the towel in. Mm-hmm. He went out there and exchanged punches for 2 minutes, and I threw the towel in.
Oh, really?
It's it. It's over. Get off the mat.
Yeah.
I just wasn't going to watch him take that abuse to lose a fight. Right. I mean, and you're not even trying to win. If you're not trying to win, you take the abuse. I'm not going to watch it. So that was my job as a coach, and it was to tell I had a team at the time, so it's to tell them the same thing. I tell you something, you need to do it. Yes. But. And it's for your safety. I'm not going to watch you take a beating like that. Right. For no reason, especially when I know you can take this guy down and submit him. And that's my problem. They didn't even offer any kind of advice. They didn't say. Well, I had that too. I heard that one too. I'm like, well, okay, you're trying to fire back up, but if you're going to say that, no, we're going to fight. But say something. Yes. It's like kind of like I think someone mentioned about in Khabib's fight, where the corner, and I like those guys, but they're in there telling, hey man, got to go back to taking him down. I get that, but where's the setup? Yeah. How is he supposed to do that? Sure. Why don't you tell him to push him back up against the cage and take him down, because he's taking him down easy against the cage, and stop doing outside shot from outside. Yeah. But they didn't give me any advice. You got to go back to taking him down. Well, give him some advice. But same thing in there. Yeah, give her some. If you're gonna make her fight still, give her some advice. Give her some things to work on. Right. Say, hey, if you've got some great way you think she's going to win, give it to her. Of course. Otherwise, hey, that overhand right's there. I know it. You can get it. Go in there and do this. It's there. Because I see it. That's why I'm going to put you back. Hey, go out there and try this at least for me, and then we can stop it or whatever. Instead, what do we get?
dig down deep. We'll recover later. What? So you're just going out there to get her head smashed in, and look what ended up happening, right?
Right. And
worse injuries.
And what's that proof for that? Nothing. I mean, that you can take a beating. I mean, and don't get me wrong, she is tough, man.
No one questions that.
And and sent back out there, and she's okay. I have to go back there, and went out there and fought, man. That's impressive, but she didn't.
Have you ever been in a situation where you've cornered someone and they said I want it out, and you forced them to go back in?
Oh no.
No.
That's not. I mean, at that point, especially if you're looking at something like that, at that point, I would actually let him go back out. If my guy asked me to go back out, please let me go. I would let him, and I disagree.
You would.
I'd probably let him go. As long as they're talking to me, if they're lucid talking to me.
Yeah.
If they're like, of
course.
I know, I'm not gonna. But if they're, man, please let me. I can do something. I got this. What can I do better? Let me figure something out. Then I would definitely have to let him do it.
But that's the situation where you're like, okay, give me a minute, do X, Y, and Z, and if then nothing happens, you're getting beat down more, now we're done, right?
Yeah, well, and if he gets out, that's where you make the decision. If he's out there and he's just taking a beating again, and guys on top of him hitting him, and he's just trying to hold on and getting punched, it's all. It's a tough sport, and it is what we do, and to some extent, you gotta let guys take a chance, because there's some guys I've seen guys. Oh man, you gotta stop that earlier. But I've seen fights when Frank Edgar's had a bunch of fights where he looked like he could have been. They could have stopped that fight for a while, and he came back and won it.
The difference in those fights, Frankie didn't go back to his corner until.
No, that's totally different than these fights. We're talking about something else.
She actually verbalized it.
Yeah, no, that at that point too. Yeah, it's a decision. Yeah, she was ready to go.
Fascinating topic, though, right?
Yeah, but it is. And it's something that not everyone has a lot of experience with, and it's like you were saying. I think earlier I was listening out there. You're talking about, if it's not everybody's that way, but if it's 50-50, it's half your purse.
Yeah.
You're thinking, man, it's just gonna.
Okay, so I always bring this up, and people get mad at me when I bring this up. This comes into play, right? I believe that pay structure system, from the days that you were fighting, when Lorenzo and Frank took over the sport and they said, okay, we're going to give you X amount to show and then X amount to win, they were trying to motivate you guys to put on a show, right?
That's just the way it was in MMA.
But that shouldn't be the case anymore, right? You guys deserve to know what you're getting when you step foot in that cage, in that ring, like boxers do.
Well, I don't know. If that's okay, what's the difference? If it's 50 and 50 or 75, I'll take 50 and 50 every day, all day long.
What about just 100?
Oh, I'll take the 100. Yeah, the 100 will guarantee me the 100. Yeah,
right.
But if the choice is that if you
extra,
if it's you and me fight, say we're both even fighters.
Yeah.
And they got 150 grand to pay us. 50 and 50, or I'll bet on me all day long.
But that's what makes you unique, right? You guys are a little different.
Yeah.
You have confidence that none of us have in ourselves. Like you're on a different level.
Yeah, but that
you're always going to bet on yourself.
And that's the thing. Like a lot of guys, I think they asked the fighters, they want them to stop the bonuses and spread the money out across the board at the lower fighters.
Yeah.
And the guys are no.
Well, of course.
No.
Yeah.
No, I want that bonus. I want a chance at that bonus. I want that big money.
Well, yeah, some people are making more money off the bonus than they are in the fight itself.
Right.
So that's their golden goose. Yeah. But to me, if you're putting that burden on a corner where they're thinking, God, she's making 100 to show and 100 to win, I don't want to be the one to take that 100 away from her. But if she's making a flat fee, that doesn't come into play at all, right?
Right.
That's why I feel like you see it more in boxing, because in boxing, there's no show-win structure. It's just one amount of money, you show up, you fight, and you give it your all. And if you don't got it, live to fight another day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let me talk to you about some other things, because we don't have a lot of time with you here. This is very exciting. You're very much in the news these days. It's unbelievable. I turn on TMZ, and there you are with Oscar De La Hoya. Golden. By the way, were you at the fight on Saturday at MSG? I was looking for you because Oscar was there. I thought maybe you guys were buddies. The Lomachenko fight?
No, I wasn't.
You weren't there? Okay.
No.
Why did you meet with Oscar? What did you guys talk about? What could you tell us?
Well, we're talking to Tito seems to want to fight me again. Mm-hmm. So we're talking about partnering up with Golden Boy and doing it that way. It's an option right now, and we're hoping it's one that they're meeting and we're working on it. So we'll see. So
did he reach out to you, or did you reach out to him to try to set this up?
I was talking about trying to fight him a little bit. We've been going back and forth for a little while. It started, it honestly really just started with us at a charity event, just
Yeah.
facing off. And I actually told him I was going to post something and say something, and I said, why not? Is all I posted, and then he lipped off like he does.
Yeah.
And so I went back at him, and it was kind of fun, just to make fun of him. But and then he apologized for that, but since then it's been going back and forth a little bit, and now he says he really wants to fight me. I think he thinks he can win.
When you see him at a charity event, are you guys cool or is it a little contentious?
I'm always cool. I'm mellow with him. I mean, I don't care. I don't care anymore. I don't care about him. I don't care about him. I mean, I don't like him.
Yeah.
I don't think he's a good person, but that is what it is. But we're at a charity event. I mean, I can be civil with anybody.
Right.
You know, I don't have any animosity really that way. But yeah, I mean, I'd love to beat him up again. I mean, it's one of those things. It's the one thing I've been asked more since I retired than anything was, can you just beat him up one more time? People never get tired of seeing me hit him.
So when you meet with Oscar, is he interested?
Very.
Very. Does he want to start his own MMA promotion, or does he just want to do this one-off and help you guys out?
You know, when we had the meeting, I didn't know if he was just doing I thought he was talking about doing a one-off, and we got an interview with it, and he was like, yeah, no, I want to start an MMA promotion.
Wow.
So we haven't had any further talks on that yet, but we will be talking.
And to be clear, your conversation was about you competing in this event, not you being a face, a promoter, a suit, so to speak.
I think that might be something we might be going down the road.
But initially, it's you competing.
Yes, initially it's me competing.
Is Tito the only guy you would fight?
He's not the only guy I'd fight. I'm the only guy he'd fight, he says.
Interesting. Okay. Did you see what he said a couple days ago? I'm out of retirement. I'm back.
Yeah, to fight me.
Yeah.
I think he thinks. He said because Dana doesn't want to put the fight together, that Dana thinks he can beat me. That's what.
Interesting.
I think he's trying to convince himself he can beat me. I think.
Does this mean that you are officially out of retirement? You are open for business? You want to fight again? You will fight again?
I will fight again, yeah.
You will fight again?
Yeah.
Unequivocally?
Well, as far as if we get a deal together with somebody to make sense, yeah.
Does it hinge on Tito's participation, or you are fighting?
No, it does not hinge on Tito's participation.
Okay. Why are you fighting again? Why have you made this decision?
I miss it. I never stopped missing it, and I kind of hadn't really thought about it much. And then when he brought it up and we started getting going, and I started training and started doing stuff again, getting ready to try to take this on, it made me go, you know what? Because what if he pulls out? Am I not going to fight? Am I going to do all this and not fight? And oh no, we got to have somebody to back it up. And if it doesn't work out with him, I'm going to give it a shot. Okay. I mean, it'll be somebody else. You know, it's one of the guys from my past, probably most likely, and we'll see where I'm at.
When would you like to fight again? Like, what's the time
We're
frame?
talking about November.
November-ish. Okay.
November-ish.
How close are you to actually signing this deal with Golden Boy to fight Tito? Like, how far along?
You know, I haven't talked to the lawyers in a little bit, so we'll see. There's you know, when you get something like that, there's 3 sets of lawyers working on it. So.
Is it fair to say it's like past the preliminary stage?
I mean, I don't know what stage it's in. I mean, we'll see.
It's a real thing, though.
It's a real thing.
It's a real thing.
They're working on it.
Any venues discussed?
We haven't talked. We talked about figuring out where we could do it, or they're looking into them now. Yeah.
Okay. Safe to say West Coast?
West Coast, probably California or Vegas.
Makes the most sense, right?
Yeah.
Considering how popular you guys are there.
Yeah.
Dana White said recently he'd be so happy for you if you're involved with Oscar, but from a business standpoint, not from a fighting standpoint. Has he reached out to you to try to convince you not to do this?
Not yet.
No,
I haven't heard from him yet.
Are you expecting that?
I don't know. I don't know if he will. I think he said his piece in public.
Yeah. How did you feel about his piece that he said?
I don't know. And it's his opinion. It's how he feels. That's okay with me. You're entitled to your opinion and what you think. And I mean, everybody's entitled to their opinion. You know, if I can't fight, if I don't feel like I can perform or go out there and perform, I wouldn't. But I feel I can still perform, especially enough to beat Tito. So I'll be ready.
Does a part of you say, look, you asked me to retire, you gave me a job, you let me go from the job. With all due respect.
With all due respect, yeah, leave it alone. Leave me alone.
Yeah.
You promised something to me for a long time, and it's gone. So it's not even that. It's like I was I want to fight.
Yeah.
I miss everything. Everyone always asks me, hey man, this must be a lot better than fighting. I'm like, no, that was my favorite thing. My wife asked me, how do you like doing that? My wife asks me that all the time. I still miss it. I miss everything. I miss cutting weight.
Everything that goes with it, the good and the bad.
Everything, the good, the bad, I miss all of it. I mean, I miss hanging out at the gym, going working out every day. You know, it's fun to me.
Was there a process to get to that decision? I'm going to do X, Y, and Z. I have to go see X, Y, Z doctor or something. I'm going to train for X amount of time, and then I'm going to decide if I'm back. Did you do that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, there was like, you know, hey man, this sounds fun. If he's going to talk like that, if he's thinking about it, let me get back in the gym and see what I'm doing. I wasn't not in the gym, don't get me wrong. But
right.
Let me like get back in the gym. Get me back rolling again. Let me get back, you know.
Like a mini training camp.
Like a mini training camp, yes. Okay. You know, getting in and doing stuff at a little higher level than I've been doing, just rather than just messing around here and there. And I still go work out with, like, help Glover get ready for a couple of fights. I still do stuff here and there, but I just wasn't doing it consistently. So I just got back in the gym and started doing some stuff consistently and started feeling okay. Things are moving again.
Your longtime coach, John Hackelman, very close friend of yours. I'm assuming he knows about this.
Oh yeah, he knows.
Did you ask his opinion, or did you just tell him?
I know his opinion.
What is his opinion?
Well, he'd rather I didn't.
Okay.
But he'd rather I didn't for a long time. I mean, he'd rather
even before you retired, right?
Even before I retired, yeah. I mean, he just, you know, I think he didn't like it as much as I do. Like when he fought, he fought like he had to, and he was doing it for different reasons. I love what I do. I love being out there. I love fighting. So as long as I'm still competitive and as long as people still want to watch me, I don't mind fighting. Considering
he feels that way, will he be coaching you, cornering you in this fight?
I would be surprised if he didn't.
Okay.
I mean, it's options there for him. Sure. I mean, if he doesn't want to, I will understand. I mean, we're still family.
Yeah.
So I understand if he doesn't want to do it, it's okay. But I think he's going to go, okay, if you want to, like he did before. Well, if you want to do it,
I'm with you.
He'd rather be there helping than not.
Do you think if you were still a UFC employee doing the ambassador stuff, these feelings would go away a little bit because you had a little more security? You're kind of a part of the sport, but not quite. Or do you think that once you were let go, that's when the feelings really came? Well, no, I don't think it had anything to do with being let go. I think if I was still with them, I think I would have just been busy doing other things, and it would have been kind of not in but, when I'm out, okay, now what am I doing for work and doing other things for work, I start going, I don't really like this. I like fighting. I like training. I like, it's more fun, Your age right now? Do you mind?
48.
48. Do you have any health concerns?
Not. I mean, I always say I'm blessed for how well I feel for being 48.
And all the fights.
Fighting for about 20 years.
Right. Will you go through any tests just to make sure everything's okay?
I have to. And then I have to go through everything anyway. They have got all extra tests for the commission anyway for being older.
Right. Have you done those yet or not yet?
I have not done them all, but we are in the process of doing them. Before we finish everything.
What is it like to actually say in the open to the public that I'm back? Like after all this time, to actually be back, not to say I have the itch, but you're back. You said you're fighting. Yeah. What does that feel like? Does it feel like a weight lifted off? Like do you feel like you're back, or are you only really back once you fight?
I think I'm still waiting for something to get signed and be ready to go.
Okay.
Because I've always been that way. I don't get truly excited about something until I feel it's inevitable.
Yeah.
I mean, until I feel like it's already ready, it's already lined up and ready to go. But now because now there's not a date. Once there's a date and there's something I need something concrete to really get excited about. But I'm pretty excited. You know how fans are. Sometimes we're selfish in the sense that we want to keep memories of you a certain way, right? Like we want the good days, right? We want the knockouts. Of course. And we're telling you how to, no one's telling me what to do with my life, but for some reason we feel like we can tell you what to do with your life. And I respect that. And it doesn't bother me. I mean, there's plenty of people telling me, no, please state, you're doing this, you're doing that, please state. And hey, if you don't like it, don't watch. I mean, it's okay. I mean, if you don't like it, don't watch. Go watch the old films of me. It's okay. It's okay with me. What'd you hear more of? We want to see you back, or we'd rather you didn't. We love you, but we'd rather you didn't. I get both.
You get both.
I get both. I mean, it's pretty. I get a little more people want to, but there's quite a few that say that we love you, but we don't want to see. We don't want this. We don't want to see this anymore. Do something else. So, and like I said, I don't harbor any bad feelings towards those people. They're just they're worried or they're concerned. Some of them are concerned, and some of them just they want to remember the guy the way he was.
What did your wife say about this? Most importantly.
Most importantly, yes.
Yeah.
She supports what I decide to do.
Okay. Did she try to convince you otherwise?
She asked for a long time, are you sure you want to do this? Are you sure? Like, she doesn't want to put any bad influence on me, or any influence, make me feel like she made my decision for me. She knows I have to make the decision because she doesn't want, same thing, I don't want her to feel like she was, she wanted me to blame her. I would never do that, but she's real careful that I don't have any pressure not to, but we're good either way. So, she's good with me either way. She'll support me either way I go. So.
Did she raise concerns?
She's not any specific ones. I mean, you're always worried about you getting hurt or getting, but it is what it is.
I remember I was at the fight against Rich Franklin, UFC 115. Did you think that night that you would be back at some point? Did you, everyone was saying this is it, and I know Dana said that, but did you never accept that?
No, I at that point, I've been I hadn't gone back and seen that fight, but, it's just one of those things I couldn't figure out, and I didn't want to change my style really, and I was being a little stubborn with changing my style a little bit, and I just couldn't take a punch the way I used to. I mean, I used to be able to hit me in the head with a brick. Yeah. And I wouldn't fit it. It wouldn't hurt me. Although I look back at that fight, I think the headbutts what got me, and that had nothing to do with getting punched. Well, it partly had something to do with getting punched, but I think because when I split my head on him, I don't remember anything after that. But it just it's it is what it is.
So are you saying you will change your style now?
Well, I mean, I'm making adjustments, but it'll still be a lot similar. But I made a lot of adjustments, and you have to. You got to make some adjustments to things. I used to beg you to hit me, so I could land punches, so I could exchange with you. Now I'm working on landing those punches without making you. Okay. Without doing the exchanging, but I've made a lot of adjustments to what I do, and we'll see.
What is it about Tito that makes you want to fight this guy once again?
It's just. He's easy to get up for. He's easy to get, and except by fans, all of them. No one gets tired of me hitting him. I mean, I've already beat him twice, and but as far as anybody out there that you could ask people, he would come out. He'd come out on top by a large margin.
If Tito doesn't come to the table, if that doesn't come to fruition, is there anyone that comes to mind? Anyone else that you'd love to fight? Maybe someone who you haven't beaten before?
Well, I did say I wouldn't mind fighting Chael. I mean, for me, that's styles-wise an easy fight. Mm-hmm. And he's got a big mouth and likes to run. He's good at selling fights.
So you do like that fight? I
do like it, yeah.
So there was a report that came out a couple months ago that you were very close on the verge of signing a deal with Bellator. Was that true?
No. We talked to him, and that just, just kind of went nowhere.
Did they ever make you an offer?
No.
Oh, really?
At that point, they hadn't made me an offer at all.
Are you going to talk to them now about this?
Oh, we're talking to them too.
Okay. Wow. So it's not just De La Hoya.
Yeah.
You're a free agent.
Yeah.
Is there any chance this happens in the UFC?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I mean, I'm pretty sure Dana's dead set against it. So.
That's right. Do you have a preference?
But you don't know. I don't know. You never know. They might change his mind. I mean, shoot, they got what's the name fight? CM Punk fighting another guy that's 0-1. I mean, two 0-1 guys fighting in the UFC. Ever think you'd see that?
UFC caliber means something different these days, right? From when you were fighting in 2006.
I guess with that. I mean, I just thought that doesn't. I don't understand that.
That doesn't sit well with you.
It doesn't sit well with me because for me as a fan, I mean, the UFC is the NFL. It's the top of the sport. It's the top of the food chain, and the best fighters in the world.
The end all be all.
And I don't mind you bringing in like a Brock Lesnar to fight a real guy. You know, Brock's a tough man, and he brought him in. They brought him in right up to fight, give him a main. But he's fighting real UFC caliber guys. But to bring in another guy that's 0-1 to fight a guy just so you could have his name value from somewhere else, I mean, that's too much of the circus for me.
You mentioned that you watched the fight on your phone, on Fight Pass. Are you still a big UFC fan? You still watching all the fights?
Yeah, I'm still a big fan of the fights. I always will be. I mean,
How do you feel about the state of the UFC right now? You're so closely linked to that promotion forever, right? How do you feel about it? Do you like it?
I mean, I like it. I mean, there's a lot of great fighters out there, and it's a great. I think I was talking to you about this before, but like for me, like as a fan, you really want one big organization, you know, and all the fighters to be in it. You know, I mean, remember back in the day when it was UFC and Pride. Now it's just, you know, the best guys here and there, and then everyone had to guess who's the best.
Sure.
To make it's almost like a pound for pound ranking.
Right.
Just randomly picking who would fit in the best in the world. So for fans, I think it's best to have like one big league. Yeah. You know, big league, and then you get the best guys in the world all in the one league. Yeah. You know, but I think with that, if you're going to have that, you really need a union. You know, because they need to get a higher percentage of what's brought in. For all the fighters. Yeah. But I mean, for fighters, I mean, it'd be more like, you know, like the boxing model. Yeah. Would be the better model for. But now you got to remember that's better for the top end guys. That's better for your main events and for having that home run at the end of your career. I don't know that the boxing model is better across the board for fighters. Because I remember back in the day, I'm not a big boxing. I don't know a bunch about their money, how they spread it out. But from what I understood, that the undercard was making almost nothing. Still on big boxing cards.
But you have a promoter who's trying to build your career up a certain way, as opposed to kind of being like, right. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it. Because there's that home run, you got a lot of guys willing to put money into you.
If you make it to the top of the UFC, there's no guarantee that you're making big money, right?
Right.
Raquel Pennington's not living off what she made on Saturday night. Right?
Right. No, of course not. No.
Neither is Amanda Nunes, probably.
Yeah, and they're not retiring on it for sure. Yeah.
You are in favor of a union if there's one dominant league. If there's one, they need a seat at the table. They need to get a higher percentage of the earnings.
Right, I think so. That's as a fighter. Now, as a fan, as a fan, I really want all my fighters in the same place. Yeah, and I want the best guys fighting the best guys, and I don't want two 0-1 guys fighting on my card. Right, wasting space on my card. That's Fight Fan.
You think we'll ever see that?
I understand the business side of that too, but it is what it is. But
you think we'll ever see a union? If things stay the way they are now, where the UFC is the dominant league, they have 95% of the best fighters in the world.
You know, I don't know. Yeah. I haven't done enough homework on that to tell you, but I don't know if there will be. But something's going to change eventually.
You think so?
There will be it's like everything else in the sport. It'll keep evolving.
Were you blown away by that number when they sold it, $4.025 billion?
Oh, I mean, good for them, man.
Yeah.
You know, I always look at it this way, and you know, if Frank Lorenzo and Dana Adenkamen bought the UFC for $2 million and sunk whatever 40 some odd million into it before they started, we wouldn't be here today. Yeah. I wouldn't be sitting there talking to you.
I wouldn't.
No one would care.
Yeah, no one would care.
I remember back then when we were begging the Boston Globe to put us in the leisure sections. You know, it was like we were going around trying to get people to do anything to cover us anywhere. You know, get an interview anywhere. Yeah. You know.
Remember they had to hire Carmen Electra to do media and stuff?
Right.
To get some press for you guys.
Yeah, it was first real photo shoot I did with her. That was pretty funny.
Crazy that the levels that they had to go. Now, of course, have you talked to Lorenzo?
I haven't talked to him in a while.
In a while, right? Yeah. Do you have a preference where you go, where you fight? Like, do you want would you like to talk to Scott Coker and do business with him? Do you have a preference, or do you just want the best deal and that's it?
I want the best deal as far as fighting goes.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, I want the best deal. fans can see it. That's all.
Do you want a one-off, or are you in this for a few? If all goes well,
it would all depend on how my performance is.
But in your mind, like if you win this fight,
my mind, to be honest, in my mind, I'd like to fight two good warm-up fights, and I'd like a shot at John Jones.
What?
I'm serious. I'd like a shot at him.
Really?
We'll see.
Why John Jones?
I match styles.
Can I tell you, this blows my mind. You know why? Do you remember UFC 172? Glover Teixeira fought John Jones in Baltimore, right? That week, I don't know if you remember this, but you and John went back and forth. I was working for Fox Sports at the time, and they asked me to ask you backstage.
I remember you got in trouble for it with Dana.
Did I get in trouble?
Oh, yeah.
Dana came after me like I've never seen him come after me, yelling at me.
Oh, yeah.
Don't you ever ask Chuck that kind of question, you know?
It's silly.
He was protective of you.
Oh, yeah. But, it's silly, man. I think styles, I mean, in my prime, I think I would have matched up with him perfect.
And right now, you still think?
But right now, I don't know. But I'd like to take a shot at it.
So that's the pot at the end of the rainbow for you. That.
But if we get there, we'll see. But again, like I'll be evaluating the whole way there. But we'll see.
Wow, is Jay Glazer a part of this?
Part of what?
Your training camp? Are you working with him?
I'm always working with Jay down there.
Yeah, Unbreakable, right?
Yeah, out there working out. It's fun. A great place to work out.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm always working. Me and Jay always mess around.
You, Demi Lovato, you get all the superstars in your corner, right? You ever work with her?
No, I haven't.
Okay, but I know she hangs out there.
I've seen her working out.
Yeah. Wow, John Jones, you just blew my mind. Wow. What do you make of what he's done over the last couple of years in terms of the drug tests and all that? Do you feel like his legacy's been tarnished?
He's made some mistakes. I've taken some bad advice, I think. I mean, he was such a great athlete, so doing so great. I don't know why he would have decided to start doing that stuff.
You believe him when he says he didn't know?
I haven't talked to him. I haven't done. I got no inside information. But like in general, when I hear that stuff, I mean, usually most of the guys that come up with those kind of things are full of it. Yeah, it's not. I mean, tainted something. Okay. I mean, how much? I mean, what was tainted Cialis the first one or something? I mean, how much was actually in there to make you pop for a test? I mean, there'd have to be quite a bit in there, wouldn't there? Not just a little bit that was leaked in there.
Is he the greatest light heavyweight of all time, in your opinion? Or are you?
I'm always going to say me. I still think I would have beat him in my prime.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, he dominated the weight class like no one else has.
How do you feel about Cormier? Because I actually feel like Cormier is underappreciated. I feel like he's one of the greatest.
He's great. He's dominated. His problem is John Jones.
Yeah.
I mean,
but even though there's an asterisk on the second fight.
Yeah, but that's his problem is that John, and that's one thing about John. He was getting. I think Cormier could have won that fight, but John's always explosive.
Yeah.
He's got explosive strikes, explosive stuff. Like when he fought the Mauler.
Yeah, Alexander Gustafsson.
That spinning back fist changed that fight.
Yep.
Although I still think that fight should have been a draw. But
interesting. That's how you scored it.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, but he would retain his title. But I thought it was a draw.
When you've told Hackelman about this John Jones thing?
No, I haven't talked to him about that.
Oh, really? Okay.
He'll hear that. Hi, John.
Yeah.
No, but
so we're going Tito, maybe a couple. So we'll go Tito and then someone else and then John.
One or two other ones after that.
Wow.
Who
else? Maybe a Vanderlei.
Yeah, man, that's a possibility. Yeah. Any of those guys. And then it'll be how I feel. Like, I mean, maybe I don't. Maybe I go, hey, you know what? I can't. I'm not there. This isn't it. But if I'm feeling good, if I'm still feeling good at that time, that would be. I have to have but I need that in the back of my mind, to train for fights and get ready and do this.
Yeah.
And I got to be working for something, a high goal. I can't. If I'm just, I just want to get to this fight and get through and retire again. I'm just going to go make a money fight. I can't. I won't train right for it. I need to be training to try to get to where I can beat John. If I'm doing that, then these fights aren't going to be a problem.
I got you.
For sure.
Yeah. The fight game is filled with stories like you in the sense that it's very hard to say goodbye, right? It's like a drug. You want to be there. Yeah. Ali, I mean, everyone. It's like it's almost more. Your story is more common than the other ones who say goodbye and never come back. There are a few who said goodbye, like a Lennox Lewis said goodbye and never came back, but those are few and far between. Yeah. What do you say to the people out there who are worried?
Don't worry about me. Yeah. I'm responsible for myself.
You have no concerns about what this could do to you in 20, 30 years, health-wise.
20, 30 years, I'll be 80.
Yeah.
I'm okay.
You're good.
I'm okay. You know, that's a good life. That's a pretty good life.
That is good life.
But you know, I'm not worried. I'm not worried about what it's going to do. Man, I'm taking it. I'm taking some shots. I've done my time, but I'm not worried about it. I feel good. I feel great about fighting.
How are you in the gym? How do you feel? Like, how's your quickness? How's your reaction
I feel
time?
good.
Yeah.
You know, it's coming back pretty good. So I'm excited.
Have you sparred yet?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah. And how's that?
Good.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Timing's going to take a little while
Sure.
to get there where I wanted to be, but I've been real happy with stuff, the way things are working.
And would you fight at 205 or would you just fight?
205.
Yeah. Could I ask how much do you weigh? Like how big?
225.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah.
That's kind of like you're walking around weight.
Yeah, that's that. I mean, I walk around. I diet down, cutting weight. Like I only like to cut like 8 or 10 pounds of water, and then I don't know what's wrong with people nowadays. This cutting, having the problem.
What do you think
issues
about
they have.
this?
I don't understand.
Mackenzie Dern had problems. I don't know if
Well,
you saw
that's
that.
not even a problem. That to me, that's disrespect. I mean, you show up 7 pounds over, you didn't even try.
You think so?
Yeah, you didn't try. I mean, I heard her complain. I missed the plane. Remember the first UFC I was in UFC 17.
Yeah.
They flew us in the day of weigh-ins.
Wow.
Okay, so they used to fly us in the day of weigh-in. So I'm on my connection. I put my plastics on. I start running. The poor bastard sitting next to me.
Oh my God.
His guy sitting next to me, sweating in my plastics. So I get off because I landed and went straight to weigh-ins. And I think they did a thing where I was like close to weight or something because I was running.
Wow.
But I was late to weigh-ins because of the plane.
Wow.
So I got there and I went in and made my weight and got on it. But it's funny because the first UFC, right?
Yeah.
I've made the big time, right?
Yeah,
I'm a wrestler. I've made weight a bunch of times. We go in there and we go in like, and it's a bathroom scale.
Oh, wow.
Like not like a digital bathroom scale.
Yeah.
It is one of those ones with a little.
Oh, no way.
Everything's. I'm like, did I cut weight for this? I got on it and then I get off and they go, hey, Noe Hernandez is 2 pounds over. Is that okay? I looked at him and go, on that scale?
Yeah.
I mean, you lean one way or the other, it's like 10 pounds.
Yeah.
I'm like, can you get him back on here? I'll show him how to be on weight. I'm like, yeah, on that scale, he's fine. We're good. But I was so funny. I was so shocked back then. You know, back then in Louisiana, it was a bathroom scale. I'm like, are you serious? You're doing weigh-ins on a bathroom scale?
You never miss weight, right?
No.
Did you ever come super close? To missing?
I was right close. I was really good at coming right on.
Yeah.
The only time I had to go back and do more weight was after Ultimate Fighter when I fought Randy. So I get on this. I found out during the Ultimate Fighter that you get a pound allowance. I was like, shit, we get pound allowance. I didn't know that. I never knew it. Well, that's awesome. So I got down to 206, right?
Yeah.
So I get up on the scale and I'm 206 and I said, you're over. I'm like, oh, no, we get a pound allowance. He goes, not for title fights.
Damn. They didn't tell you that part.
I'll be right back.
Yeah.
I mean, but I just went in the sauna and I was done cutting weight and I was done in like 15 minutes.
So there's like some crazy stories. Uriah Hall had a heart attack. They said he fainted. Have you ever experienced anything like that?
I don't get it.
You don't get it.
I've been all my years of wrestling. I actually called Uriah Faber and was talking to him about it. Like, are you guys doing something different nowadays?
Yeah.
Like, am I missing a memo here? Are you guys doing something weird?
And there's more resources available to them.
But he's like, no, these guys just don't know how to cut.
Oh.
It's like, I never saw it. But wrestling and fighting, I didn't until just recently. I mean, it was probably 30 years of competing that I never saw any of this stuff happen.
Is it possible that they're trying to go one weight class down to try to be bigger on fight night and maybe you were fighting closer? Like, but I've lost. I fought 190. I fought 195. Yeah.
And I long story, but I won up. It was 19 and a half pounds in one day, and a day of weigh-in. I weighed in.
One day.
I weighed in at I started the night before. But in 24 hours, I lost.
Which fight was that? Pre-UFC?
Steve Heath.
Okay.
AFC.
Wow.
And it was, they made me weigh in at 12 noon, and I fought it at 8 o'clock that night, 8:30.
Same day?
Same day.
Jeez.
Well, I think they were doing that because I think he usually fought at 185, and he was fighting me at 195, and that we were meeting. But yeah, he wanted me day of weigh-in. I said, okay.
I remember UFC 37 and a half.
Yeah.
Remember that one?
Oh, yeah.
Vitor Belfort on Fox Sports.
Yeah.
The first main event to air on cable television. Now we're, the sport
It was the main event in there. It was the one fight did.
It was one fight, yes. It was the Best Damn Sports Show. That's right. And now here's Vitor retiring. You see that?
Oh, yeah.
What is he going through on this Monday? What are the feelings? You wake up and you're done.
It is a weird thing to be done. Like when you've been competing your whole life, and I don't know if it's even sunk in yet, that, because it took me a little while for that to sink in. When you lose a fight, when you're expecting, I always felt bad for that I could let down my team and my people and my friends and family. I feel bad about that, and they don't know what to say to you, and you can see that in their face, and it's like, oh, man, it's all right, everything's cool. But like, actually, when you retire, it's a little weird. Like for a while, I mean, I got through it. It took me a little bit, but it's really weird because all of a sudden you've had something to look forward to, something you're training for, some big goal, guiding goal, your whole life. And since I was a kid, since I was wrestling or football or whatever, I had the next game, the next competition, the next meet, and now all of a sudden you don't. There's nothing you really have to do. I didn't have to. I don't have to do anything, and that's a weird feeling not to have that guy. And then you're kind of, because then you don't have that guiding.
Yeah.
That one thing that's always guiding you.
And it's your identity, right? That's who you are. You're a fighter.
I don't think you lose that identity.
You don't.
As a fighter, you're still a fighter.
Yeah.
It
stays with you.
It stays with you. You're always going to be a fighter. You're always going to be a martial artist. That's part of me.
When were you your happiest? Like, would you remember the moment that you were the happiest as a fighter?
I don't think you see me more excited than after I knock someone out.
Yeah. Is there a particular one that meant more to you than the others?
I don't know that any of them meant more. I always say if I put a gun to my head, it was knocking Randy out the first time, because it was avenging a loss and winning the title finally that I've been searching for so long. But yeah, I don't think they're all, all those, every knockout was just as exciting.
You watch a lot of them? You go back?
I don't very often. If it comes on TV, I'll watch it, check it out. I mean,
what is that like?
I show my kids the highlights sometimes.
Yeah, you have young kids, right?
Yeah, I got a 4-year-old boy, 6-year-old girl.
Does coming back,
17-year-old girl,
their ages, especially the younger ones, your comeback, are they coming into play, or like you want them to see you fight?
I want them to see me train to fight. I want them to see, and I want, and I kind of changed that up a little while ago. I was starting kind of seeing I don't want them to see the guy that just relaxes on the couch, not having to do anything, making decisions. I want them to see the guy that became a champion, the guy that the work ethic, the how hard they train, and how I live my life that way. I mean, I do that. I do that all the time anyway, but I want them to see how hard I work. I want them to see Daddy.
You still haven't watched the Franklin fight?
Oh, I have now, yeah.
You have?
I hadn't watched it. I didn't watch it for a long time.
Okay. Do you think you'll even go back and watch any old fights, whether it's you or Tito, if you do this, or is this a fresh start for you? Are you starting from scratch?
I'll go back and look at a few and try to see some things, but I think it's more moving forward for me.
Yeah.
Watching my sparring. I'm gonna videotape some of my sparring and kind of watch some of the stuff I do. Kind of break myself down like I do other people. So
in your mind, a prediction, November, you versus Tito 3. You think it goes down?
I think it goes down. Yeah.
Wow. And under what banner? You think it's with Oscar?
I'm actually that's what I'm pulling for right now.
That's what you want. You like Oscar's vibe.
Yeah, they're very excited about it. I think we can make it work.
Wow, that is surreal.
Yeah.
You, Tito, and Oscar.
Be awesome. And we'll get to see how the boxing way works for fighting.
It would be like that.
Yeah.
And would it be a hybrid card or just strictly MMA?
Just MMA.
Would it be on pay-per-view?
Yes.
Wow. What do you think a card like that draws with you and Tito at the top in this day and age?
I'm hoping a lot, but we'll see.
Yeah.
You
think it breaks the 100 mark? Because that's always been sort of the threshold for non-UFC pay-per-views.
I think it'll break the 100K for sure.
Yeah. Wow.
I think it does for sure.
Do you know how far along they are with Tito?
I think they're moving
Yeah,
along pretty
because he
quick
just
with both
posted
of
on
us.
Thursday, on Friday, he's back.
He's in.
You saw that,
He
right?
wants to do it. It's making everything work between everybody.
And he's free from Bellator.
Yes.
No ties.
Yes, he's free. So, and it's one of those things. It's going to happen. I think it's going to happen. And I think we can do it. I think part of it is Golden Boy knows. Other promotions have had a hard time with pay-per-view. That's one of the reasons it excites me is Golden Boy is not going to get involved. They're not going to be excited about getting involved unless they think they can make the pay-per-view too.
Sure.
And they seem to think they can do it. So that excites me too. And it always worries me. It always worries me when if someone just off the cuff want to do their own MMA show and they want to do a pay-per-view for us and try to get it, I would be a lot more worried. I think Golden Boy, they know what they're doing.
If this was a football field, you know how football works? Like, what yard line would you be on with a touchdown being signed, sealed, and delivered? Are you on the 10-yard line, the 1-yard line? How close are we to actually scoring a touchdown here?
You know, I'd have to talk to my lawyers. To see. I haven't
When's the last
talked
time
to
you
them
talked to them?
I talked to them. It would be in last week. So,
Okay.
They've had a couple meetings since then. So.
When would you start your training camp? Like the serious training?
The real fight camp probably
it's November.
be October.
It would be October. Okay.
If it's end of November.
Yeah.
It'll be October. September if it's in the beginning.
When do you turn 49?
December.
Okay. So you'd be 48.
So I'll be 48. I won't turn 49 yet.
Amazing. Well, I can't thank you enough. I know you have to get back and get ready for tonight's event. This has been a huge thrill for me, and thank you for coming and talking and breaking this news. I mean, you're back. Chuck Liddell is back.
I'm back.
The Iceman is back. Holy smokes. Congratulations on that, and good luck in getting the deal done. Please keep us posted.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah, this has been great. Thank you so much, Chuck. All the best to you and your family. Good luck with everything, and hopefully we'll talk to you soon.
All right, man.
All right, all the best. There he is, the Iceman, Chuck Liddell. What a thrill that was. What an honor.